There we go. Seems like we are live. We got some daily races going on today. We are about to enter the race of Yas Marina. Very excited. I enjoy this track. Very easy to get penalties. Sometimes you win just by racing a clean race. Let's wait for the entry period. I'm going to try and set a qualifying time. We've only got 15 minutes before the next race. This is my first race of the week. So let's see what we get out of this. Make sure my mic is in the right place. We can't have it in my way while I'm racing. There we go. Yeah, good to go. All right. Well, so far one of our friends have set a qualifying time. The fastest is a 152.0, 153.6. So if we wanted to be, let's say, top 500, what do we have to place? 154, okay. So we'll pretty easily get top 500, I would say. Pop the brake bias all the way to the front. Let's keep an eye on our lap times. Don't want to cut the corner. Okay, well, this track's a little bit crazy. Look at that. Quite ridiculous. Actually, there we go. Yeah. Just making sure all my settings were right. Oops. All right, let's go and restart here. Get all my screens correct. Cool. So the race is starting in 13 minutes. We've got very little time to try and set a qualifying time. Get up there with the rest. So let's give it a go. On to the first lap. 154 for the first lap, I think, is our aim. But I want to be in the 153s by the 5th lap. Yeah, just be careful not to cut the corner too much. Fortunately, Yas Marina is a track that we've raced before, so I feel quite familiar with it. It's not going to be a major surprise coming to this track. Maybe second gear is my gear there, just because first is a little easy to get some oversteer. We'll see. Let's first get into the swing of it. And if we can set a good first few qualifying laps, it would be nice to move over to the mediums, because we're going to start the race on the mediums. I just have to keep reminding myself that it is so easy to get a penalty on this track, so avoid putting all four wheels across the white line. Okay, we can definitely brake later there. The gas. Oh, these racing softs are nice, man. So much grip. How late can we brake? Yeah, can we brake on the corner? I was approaching the apex a bit wide, so I couldn't. Deep there. Off the gas early, missed the apex again. But not to worry, it's our first lap. Tapped off very slightly there, just because I didn't want to put my right wheels on the white line. 154.8. Nothing impressive just yet. Ooh, that's a penalty. Damn. Hopefully we're not going to say that many times tonight. Second penalty. Okay, we can brake later there. These racing softs have way more grip than I've anticipated. 0.3 seconds up so far. Nothing major. I really want to be in the 153s. I know that we've got the pace. This isn't the lap. brake later there too. Cut the corner. I'm pretty sure we didn't exceed track limits there. Geez, did Gran Turismo make an update and just make it way stricter than it already was? And this track was already very bad. You know, Yas Marina was actually a very fun race when they first brought it. And then Gran Turismo decided that everyone's exceeding track limits too much in a way that they don't like. I don't know if the actual track owners complained or something. But it seemed fake. But anyway, Gran Turismo went way too strict with the rules. Nice rotation there. Okay, we hit the apex this time. Good. Off the gas. Shift to first so that we can hopefully get some rotation. Lots of speed to be gained there. Okay, we can cut that corner. That'll definitely save us some time. Currently optimum is 154.4. Get on the gas way earlier there. These racing softs are very sticky. Okay, currently ahead. And that's considering we were 0.15 seconds behind after the first turn. So we've still got pace in the bag. Brake a little bit later, yeah. We were braking too early last time around. Yeah, that's a little bit better. What? That's crazy. Well, we're 0.6 seconds up. We'll cut the corner a little bit less. I honestly thought that the amount that we were cutting the corner there was very reasonable. I'm pretty sure it wasn't this strict the last time we were racing on this track. 0.7 seconds up now. Yeah, we can turn in earlier there as well. Braking on the white line seems to be a little bit late to brake. Alright, because we're going to serve the penalty on the next lap, just going to restart. Give ourselves a good chance of at least setting a qualifying time before the race starts. We don't want to start all the way at the back, although it could be fun. Alright, onto the lap. Let's see if we can get 2 straight laps in without any penalties, because I think on the second lap the softs will be a little bit warmer. Really gonna have to calibrate for what Gran Turismo considers track limits with this car and track combo. Okay, I was hesitant on the gas there, no need to be. Probably a car's width left of track there, so get on the gas, trust my gut. Could have got on the gas way sooner than that. So cautious about cutting that corner now, but you're just leaving so much time on the table. I need to cut it a little bit more at least. No value in being that cautious. Ideally, you don't want to get off the gas. Hello, Mike. Welcome to the stream. Decent rotation there. A little bit too much rotation there. Touch the wall. good to see you again, Mike, as well. I did have a nice time away, but I'm so happy to be back. It's nice to finally be behind the wheel again. I missed it. You have some good vacation, but I do miss the routine of life and sitting behind the sim rig, just burning some game rubber. Alright, we can make up a lot of time, I think, in this next chicane coming up. Hello Neville, welcome to the stream. This is your first time. I don't normally stream. I think this is my 4th or 5th ever stream, but I'm going to start streaming more frequently. I hope you're enjoying the content and you'd watch my next few streams, because I'm definitely going to be here for a while. Look at that. What was that? That was 0.3 seconds gain just because I cut the corner a little bit more. I exited in 2nd gear, so I don't know if 2nd gear is the best, but at least it's reliable. So maybe for the sake of the race, 2nd gear is the one to choose, but for qualifying we can do 1st gear. Ah, fellow South African. I suspected you might be South African with the name Neville. I've only ever heard that in South Africa. Although, like many things in South Africa, it doesn't really originate there. Nice, okay, so we're in the 153s finally. I think we can get 153 flat. With a little bit more practice, we can definitely get there. A little bit hesitant on the throttle there. Ooh, please don't be a penalty. Oh. I'm so happy to hear that you enjoy the content. Good. You guys are really encouraging. Mike's been on a few streams. He's also very encouraging. So I appreciate the support, guys. It really makes me feel like I'm not out here by myself, you know? You're originally from Zim. That's pretty... Oh, that's going to be a penalty. Lame. I really want to go and visit some, but I want to go and do some camping, you know? The overlanding, 4x4ing type of thing. Maybe one day. It's definitely a beautiful country for that. Okay, I'm starting to feel a bit of the groove now. We've done 4 laps or 5 laps, and I did want to get to the 153s by the 5th lap. This qualifying time is not going to get us on the top steps, but it'll get us in the races at least. And I think, especially because we have a lot more pace left in the bag, we've got some good racing coming up. I'm kind of just also exploring where the track limits are now, because I want to know what to watch out for with the race. Because I have to serve a penalty on this lap, I don't really have to worry about keeping it clean, so I just want to figure out where all of the track limits are, rather now than in the race. Seems like Gran Turismo isn't showing me where I'm getting penalties now. Oh, it is. Okay. Good. Brake at the curb. That's a little bit too late. We have to brake slightly before the curb then. Is Vic Falls, is it quite touristy, or is it still very nice to go to? Okay. I was experimental there, seeing how much throttle I could grab in that corner. Full throttle is, depending on how you hit that curve, probably above the limit. What's the mana pools? Are those like hot springs, or are they just great pools to swim in? Okay, 15 seconds before the racing begins. I didn't get time to practice on the racing mediums, but let's go change to the mediums because I know that people are definitely not starting on the softs. At least let's see. Oops, mediums. There you go. Before the racing begins. Good. Okay. Nice. Well, our first race for the evening. Am I nervous? Nah. I'm quite used to this by this point in time. I give myself 15 minutes of practice, go into the race, and then that's all I do. Cheers, Mike. Thanks for joining. You can probably watch the video afterwards. We're going to win the race, so you're going to want to have to come back. If we win this race, actually, I'll be so impressed. Actually shocked, not impressed. But why is the race? Why am I not starting in the race? Very strange. I hope they're not going to do a Gran Turismo error and I don't join. Yay, there we go. Cool. Look at that, qualifying. Hey, we got Levicious. Grove Street, 1 place ahead of us. Haha, look at that, 11 split seconds between me and Grove Street. Okay. That's pretty close. Levicious is quick, man. I think he's a full-time streamer, right? So obviously he's fast. I really enjoy pure raw wilderness, so I'm very, very keen to experience that. I'll definitely make a plan of going on a trip there. Oh, Nadia, what's up, man? Good to see you online. You're joining us for our first race. We've done now, what is it? 6 or 7 qualifying laps, practice laps really, and then your practice laps count towards your qualifying time. So let's see if we can do anything. But thanks for joining the stream, Nadia. Everyone else on the stream, welcome. We're about to try and climb into top 10. If you know anything about this race, yes, Marina, it's very easy to get penalties. So if we keep it together, if we keep a clean race, I think we stand a really good chance of gaining quite a few positions just by other people serving penalties. One thing to watch out for, in 15th place there's a guy in an Audi R8. Those cars are fast on the straights, so it's going to be hard to overtake him, so we need to make sure to stay ahead of him. Oh damn, we're starting on a corner. This is slightly unfortunate. Everyone else just gets to gas it and we have to slow down for the corner. But at least we've got a gap between us and 14th place. Alright, let's not pin it in the first turn. Tires are cold. And we haven't practiced on the racing mediums yet. So I have no idea what this tire does on this track. So we're kind of coming in blind. Grove Street so far, definitely on the mediums. That's close to a penalty. Ah, it is a penalty. So, already my theory is starting to prove quite true so far. Very easy to get a penalty on this race. And just because we kept it together, we're free of the penalty. He went so wide there, that's a very interesting line. I wonder if that's the ideal line. Okay. Kind of got distracted there, thinking about his line. So we did a small spin out. Lost some ground. Not really concerned about Grove Street, more concerned about the drivers ahead. But they're battling, so we're going to be able to catch up. I really don't like to be that hesitant on the throttle there. A few more laps and I'll feel comfortable on where exactly my acceleration point is. Woo. Look at all those penalties ahead. This means we need to catch up. Because if we're close, if we're not close enough, we can't benefit from them serving penalties and gaining the positions. R8 is right on my tail. Yeah, we've got Manny Rodriguez in front of us as well. Oh, going deep. Need to go defensive with the Audi. Somehow he's still tucked on my inside. I think he might be on racing softs. Hey VKG, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. I don't know if you're on the stream at all. Hello there, Mr. Hog. Welcome to the stream as well. Let's see if he's on softs. We'll know if we can keep up to him here. No, he doesn't seem to be on softs. At least maybe he took that slowly. There's so many of you guys on the stream. Thank you very much for joining. So many messages, I don't even know where to start reading. I'm gonna have to start looking on the straights. Alright, so we've gained, I think, 2 positions so far. I'm really just so cautious of getting a penalty. Look at all those penalties behind us. That's exactly what I want to try and avoid. Oh, way too much rotation there. A little bit too much for my liking. Cool, we're opening up a gap on Reno Racer behind us. And just in case you guys forgot, they qualified ahead of us. So, that's already a good sign. We're starting to get our groove on this track, slowly but surely. So we're still within the 1 second gap between us and the driver in 10, which is important because I need to stay in their slipstream if I want to have any chance of either overtaking them if they serve a penalty or just battling with them outright. Whoa, that was a big dive. He definitely pushed the pass over there. Used me as his brake. But maybe I can work together with him to catch up to the rest of the guys. Oh, big penalty served. Nice. Back to 11th. I wanted to push the pass, but I'm not about that racing. I'm all about the clean racing. Oct is Jay Serrano. No wait. Oh, so he's no wonder why he gapped me so easily. I'm seeing a lot of guys put their right wheels onto the line there. I'm wondering if that's allowed, if you can get away without a penalty there. I need to adjust my brake bias down just a little bit because I'm getting too much rotation. Okay. Reno Racer is kind of pulling a gap on us. And I'm not very happy about that. I definitely shouldn't be. Come on, what can we do? Went deep there. Slipstream gave me a lot more speed than I anticipated. 155.293, 154 the leader is setting. Oh no, my first penalty for the race. Can't understand how I'm so much slower than these guys. They seem to be catching me very easily. Well, they're also on mediums. I shouldn't be falling behind this much. Yeah. Second gear is a bit slow to exit there. I think I should exit him first. And just be very cautious on throttle. Let's grab the inside, yeah. So we can keep the position. Who's on my left? Did he switch back on me? Do I have my headphones in the wrong ear? I do. Got my headphones in the wrong ear. I thought he was on the other side. That's ridiculous. We'll switch on the straights. Guys in for the mediums already. Okay. Make a lean with a half a second penalty. Let me find the right place to switch my pivot. Okay. Right gear is in the right place. Can't believe it. Oh yes. Damn. Yeah, the brake input. That one definitely sucked. I actually want to remind myself to restart my Fanatec steering between races so that I don't get an issue during race. Okay, Meku is going to serve a penalty. I saw someone go into the pits and they were on softs. So, it seems you can do half the race on softs. So, not surprised if a few of the guys in front of me were actually on softs. Meku's using a lot of the curb. And I normally don't because generally it slows you down a bit because of loss of traction, but I should maybe be using a bit more curb. I'll definitely be open to experimenting with it during the practice sessions. Don't cross the lines. Okay, mandatory softs. Good, we're back. Alright everyone. What are we gonna do with this now? We're on racing softs. Everyone in front of us was on the mediums. So it's just a pace thing. But we're getting a lot of practice out of this. So I don't doubt that we'll gain more and more pace as the race goes by. But I'm looking to keep up to Meku ahead of me. He's currently 1 second ahead. How did he get so far ahead? Cool, we got Grove Street on our tail again. It's just him and I. No one else behind him. Oh, everyone else seemed to have quit the race. Am I going to need to go defensive here? just went slightly defensive just in case. The first gear exit there isn't actually too hard. And pretty clean to do. 1.5 seconds, look at that gap. Jeez. Grove Street and I really need to work together to catch up. One second penalty. Look at that. Okay, we're gapping Grove Street. Please don't be a penalty. Damn. Really starting to try and push because trying to figure out where my pace difference is. Huh? Surely that wasn't a penalty. Trying to figure out where my pace difference is between me and the driver ahead. This track is so brutal with penalties, man. Jeez. Yeah, we're keeping Grove Street behind us, and he qualified ahead of us. So far, so good. Also, he doesn't really have too much to worry about. I'm going to serve a 2-second penalty, and he's just going to go right on ahead. Meku with the 2-second penalty, the driver ahead of him with a 1-second penalty. This is insanity. It's just too ridiculous. I think these guys serve their penalties by trying to induce oversteer, and then they don't have to brake as hard. And then the penalty doesn't do as much damage to them. It's a very interesting tactic. Probably need a lot of skill to not spin out because of that. Yeah, the racing softs degrade rather quickly. So it definitely makes sense to start on the mediums. .6 seconds is the gap currently. Yeah, I mean the race is right now for us just to experiment with, really, because although this race might not be playing in our favor completely, if we learn from this race, we definitely can gain in the next few. So I want to look at that time gap. I want to figure out exactly where the penalty points are. Because don't forget, we only did 6 laps of practice, 6 or 7 laps of practice before coming into this race. So we don't really know exactly where the penalty points are. Okay, so I braked on the curb there. A little bit of experimentation. And it seems that braking on the curb, you actually need to slow down quite a lot sooner. I wonder why the guys are using the curb. I find that quite interesting. Let's see. Okay. I definitely induced oversteer there, and I might not have slowed down as much as if I was just going in a straight line. It's a very sneaky, pretty good tactic, but I might employ that over the next few races. Man, the things that the people come up with in these games. Any form of exploitation will be taken. Cool. I want to look at that gap, 6.6 seconds to 12th. Let's see if we can keep it in the same place. Because if we can keep it roughly at 6.6 seconds, then we know we're starting to get on the same pace. To be fair, he does have a slipstream of a driver ahead of him. Obviously 6.6 seconds without a penalty. And when he does have the slipstream, it does help to kind of pull ahead. Man, ridiculously easy to get a penalty on this track. So easy. We'll definitely do this race a few more times. Hop over to daily race B, and then to end off the night, just so that we don't have to deal with the stress of how easy it is to get a penalty. But smooth seas don't make skillful sailors. And I do think there is a lot to learn by being surgically accurate. No one behind us, I don't even need to look. Trying to see how late I can brake there. I was braking right on the apex, so I think I should brake a tiny bit before the apex. And there you want quite a lot of rotation. So I bumped down the braking bias to +2 instead of +3. That seems to have kept me from the oversteer into turn 1. But maybe I just drop it in turn 1 and then put it back up everywhere else so that I can get enough rotation. Yeah, +2 is definitely the perfect amount for rotation in the first turn. So pretty much, if you put your wheels, all 4 wheels, past any of the white lines, you're going to get a penalty. So it's good to know. Just kind of watch out for that. Hello Martin, you caught a live stream. Yes, we are in our first race for the evening. It was going pretty decently, but we didn't get enough practice on this track. With I think at most 7 laps worth of practice, we weren't really set up for the best race. But we've learned a lot along the way. And I think especially now, one of my biggest concerns is knowing exactly where the penalty points are, because it feels like Gran Turismo just got way stricter with the penalty on this track. I never read the release notes of their updates, but it just feels like they got stricter. So we'll go and do another round of this race. Okay, I still braked a tiny bit earlier than the apex that time around, but still a little too late to brake. So let's say a meter before the apex is probably where I need to be braking. Okay. 9 seconds is the gap to Meku. Let's try not get a penalty and keep it at the same. I was +3 brake bias there, and you could tell I just got way too much rotation in that corner. Cool, so far so good. We're learning about the penalty points. If we cut the apex so tight there, I think second gear is a good gear to start because it's just reliable. You know you're going to go out of there quick. Maybe you lose half a tenth because you're not in first, but I think reliability is what matters most on these long races. These guys have got pace, man. I mean, I know Meku probably started quite high up, But still, we've got a lot of ground to gain. So I need to focus on getting consistent pace over the next practice session. Yeah, 1 pixel beyond the white line and you've got a penalty. It really sucks. There we go. Braking point was pretty decent there. Ridiculous. I'm pretty sure I didn't cut that corner there. We must go look at these replays because I think a little bit of calibration is necessary. Yeah, second gear does minimize wheel spin. Save tires, and you're just a little bit more reliable. But it's very hard when you can hear the other guys are starting in or going out in first gear. It's really hard to you know, start in second gear when you feel like there's so much to be gained. I want to quickly go and look at that replay, especially on the last lap. I just want to figure out, because the last lap I was definitely trying to avoid the penalty, and I was certain that I was far away from it. So let's see what it is unhappy with. It really must be a pixel. Let's look. Laps all the way to the last lap. Okay, there we go, race is done. Okay, this is where I got the penalty. Okay, geez. So, the car isn't as wide as I thought it was. That is definitely very clearly. Very clearly. Let me pick up my controller. Very clearly, left wheels are on the white line. And I think pretty much if your left wheels touch the white line, then you're kind of done for. So, all right. Car isn't as wide as I thought it was. Pretty straightforward. Need to be a little bit conservative. And it's so hard, man, because the more you cut the corner, the more time you gain. It is terrible. I mean, I'm, what's that? 5 centimeters off of the start of the white line. Can you believe it? Real cheating. Oh, okay. That is not an easy race. Let's go to the softs. See if we... Ooh, we don't have much time left. Well, hopefully our practice in the last race got us to a good place. We're not going to catch up to Grove Street at all. So we're definitely going to start behind him in the next race, but that's okay. Just still want to do some slight calibration. So I'm going to push as hard as I can without getting a penalty. Because if I get a penalty, then I know just back off a little bit. On the curb, yeah, cut this as much as we can. Oh, that was good. I just barely got off the throttle there. So that, I think, is my reference point. If I can get off the throttle just very slightly there, then I know I've gone through there quickly. Second gear. It doesn't feel super fast, but it's reliable. And I think consistency is what we're after. Alright, we've got 18 seconds left before the race begins, so I want to try and nail the chicane. Let's try the curve again. Yeah, just... you brake so much later if you hit the curb. I'm not going to do the curb. I'm just not going to do the curb. Cool. Where do you guys think we're going to place in this race? I reckon first for sure. So we got a full race again. Oh man, these A+ lobbies. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, these are all a bunch of very seasoned drivers. M. Rodriguez, 153.5. Let's see. Conservative and say second. I appreciate the conservatism. Doesn't put too much pressure on me by saying that I should finish second, so I'm grateful. All right. Wow. Manu Rodri. Boy, man, that guy's fast, but he's definitely setting a little bit of a slower qualifying time so he can go through the pack. I wonder where he finished in the last race. Cranky Cake, hello and welcome to the stream. I am indeed a GT7 sim racer. That is what I identify as. Oof. +2 brake bias, +3. I'm gonna go +2. All right, well, we've got 2 guys behind us. Oct was actually quite quick last race as well. And I know Vasco. I mean, yeah, those guys, they're not setting times so that they can go through the pack. And Oct is changing his cars. He's obviously doing a wheel of fortune for the cars that he's racing. So we'll see. Oh damn, I'm starting on a corner. That was as good as I could go through that corner, I think. Oh no, I'm starting on racing softs. Why? Can't believe I'm starting on softs. Oh, we should definitely get a much better run on them now. So we have to gain a few places if we want to stand any chance of finishing somewhere decent when we go into the mediums. Oh, James, give me the slipstream, please. The soft tires definitely helped me there because there was someone on my inside, but I just managed to maintain the position. Oh, push me wide. We're on James's bumper now. Oh, you waste so much time behind these guys when you're on the soft tires. Missed my braking point. Can we still recover? I think we can. That was a little bit ridiculous. These guys behind us are battling. Massive battles going on. So far, no penalties, which I'm really happy about. I think Oct is on soft tires as well, behind us. What? Oct served the penalty and somehow he's still gaining on me. How? I need to go watch that replay. What did he do to serve a penalty and still not lose any place behind me? probably not on softs because there's no ways I would open up a gap on him if he was on softs. Maybe the car is slow in the corners. That could be it, but still. I think even with a slower car, he's still quicker than me. See how fast this car is on the straights. Got quite a lot of acceleration. Look at that. Jeez. So much speed on the straights. He's already gained 3/10 on us. Holy cow. I'm not even gonna... Oh, missed my braking point. Don't get distracted by the guy coming to overtake you. Oh no. What happened there? Missed my braking point like a noob. Inside. Give him space. Got the outside for the next turn, so I'm just going to slow down. Let him go through. That's probably a penalty. Damn it. Okay, well at least now I know. At least now I know where the limit is. The speed of his car on the straight. Look at that gap. Oh my god. That is huge. Brake a little bit earlier, yeah, because we got a massive slipstream. So slow. No. Go, go, go. I really didn't want the guy behind me to catch up. He's got a 1 second penalty, I think. So let's induce some oversteer. Try and minimize our penalty. I mean, it's kind of fun being on the softs because we at least get some close racing action. But I should be gapping these guys by this point. How long can we keep him defensive for? He was smart enough to call my bluff. I know I touched the white lines with my left wheel there. If I'm going to get a penalty from that. I was about to say I'm going to be so upset. And I really am. It doesn't show in my face because I'm smiling, but I'm so upset with that penalty. Jeez, man. These penalties. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's just bump draft him down the straight. No point in overtaking. want to minimize my damage as much as possible, and then let's induce oversteer. I induced too much oversteer. Alright. We're gonna have to learn how to serve the penalty like that. That was hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, do not try and drift through the penalty, because you will lose it. Maybe if you have quicker hands than I do, you'll be fine, but I would not recommend it. Half-second penalty there for him. Yeah, it'll be good for the highlight reel, Martin. It'll be a really good one for the highlight reel. Got the inside line here. We definitely sit on the roof of our car, Spot. Funnily enough, you're not the first person that has made that comment, so number one, I'm impervious to it. Number two, you know, it's for good reason. Most of the Gran Turismo races, they don't race in the car view. One, Gran Turismo's car view kind of sucks. Unless you have VR, it's really good. Two, most of the races don't race car view, so they've always got an advantage over you. And a lot of them race this view or the floor view. And I find this view is especially good if you want to do some close following, close racing. You can see your braking points. So it's just the view that I choose. But yes, I'm by no means a real racer. So if you're looking for real racing, you're probably not going to find it here, good sir. Okay, people are going into the pits now. I feel like the softs might still have one more lap in them. But let's just go into the pits. I really hope that doesn't count as crossing the pit lines, because that's a 3-second penalty. I know Jim, or Jim knows me. I don't know. Which Jim are you talking about? That was a squeeze. Definitely was. Okay, well, a lot of the other guys, I wanted to know what Octa and Rodriguez, those guys were on. I would have loved to see if they were on softs as well. Oh, that was crossing the penalty line. I didn't get it on the first go, but I definitely got it on the second go. You know, and that's, again, centimeters. We're going to have to treat these next 7 laps as pure training. Braking points, apexes, acceleration points. I don't know what's going on in the chat right now, but you guys are hilarious. I don't know if you're trolling me or if you guys are actually talking about a gym. Yeah, if at first I don't succeed, right, Martin? We missed the pit lines the first time around. You see, I can see what those guys are doing. They are inducing oversteer to try and make the penalty less harsh. And it works. You just have to be conservative. You can't go too hard like I did the last time around. No, I don't know any gym that plays GT7. Okay. I could still get on the gas earlier there. You know, we do want to avoid the penalty, but still, there's room on the track there. I can still get my right wheels over the curb at least. We're actually catching Esther Moore ahead of us, and he's on racing softs, and we're on the racing mediums. So we've got some pace now. You guys are such trolls. I love it. Huh, Vasco was on the softs. I suspect that he couldn't be that quick if he was on the mediums. Otherwise that would have been a little bit embarrassing for me. Is that a plane's shadow? What the heck? That's never happened to me on this game before. These mediums actually have a little bit more grip than I thought. I like your name, The Real Peter Man. Are you the real Peter Man 16? Or are you just the real Peter Man? Because are you the 16th real Peter Man? It's up for debate. Oh. Knew that was going to be a penalty when I cut that corner. But that's pretty good. We are half a second off of our best lap on the softs. So I'm definitely getting the groove of it. I think next race we stand a pretty good chance, especially if we remember to start on the mediums. Starting in first there. Martin, I know we said that it's reliable to start in second, but it kind of feels good to start in first. So I think I'm going to start trying that from here on out. My current driver rating is A+. My current sportsmanship rating is S. After this last two races, I don't know how well my driver's rating is going to do. lose a little bit of traction when you cut that curb there. Ah, and we're gaining pace. Feeling really good about that. I keep getting oversteer in that corner. I do want a little bit of rotation, but not that much. Let's try first again. First was definitely the right gear there. Call me Chaos. Hello and welcome to the stream. Yes, I am indeed South African. Indeed, I am South African. Yeah, Martin Taylor, that slide was there for you. I knew you'd enjoy that one. Hey, by the way, we're actually catching Vasco. And I know Vasco Almeida, he's extremely quick. He's a very fast driver, and we're actually catching up to him. So again, another positive indicator. And look at that, we're on for our best lap as well. So I'm feeling a bit better that we're gaining some pace. Nice rotation there. Thanks, Barton. We'll say hi to him. Thanks for joining the stream and providing some entertainment in the chat. I'll say hi to Jim. I'll see him tomorrow. Ah, no. Penalty. Oh, hey, I forgot to mention that we set our best lap on the last lap. What? We avoided the penalty there? That was like... it was inches. I mean... you see, this is the part of the Gran Turismo penalty system I do not understand. I was so certain that our right wheels were off on the white line. But maybe it's where you hit the white line that also matters. So it's like if you're 2 centimeters beyond, sure, that's a penalty. But did you do it on the curb or like a meter before the curb? That's kind of how Gran Turismo logic works. One of the most confusing places for Gran Turismo penalties for me are on Cirque de la South, where they have the 24-hour Le Mans. That is extremely confusing for me. And on those 2 kind of chicane circular turns. And then another track that also confuses me is the Nürburgring GP circuit. I think it's turn 4. People just go all the way off the circuit. But if you go all the way off in some way, then you get a penalty. And I don't know exactly where that penalty point is. So every now and then Gran Turismo's penalty system is very confusing. But other people seem to have figured it out. Scooby-Doo would not be able to solve it. Martin, you're 100% right there. 100% right. Oh yes, Magyaria has no track limits. I kind of do enjoy that. But hey, let's see. No sportsmanship rating dropped, but we definitely dropped driver's rating. We finished where we started. They used ChatGPT to check the penalties. Ah, there are a few slop operators. Alright. Let's not forget to start on the mediums. Please remind me in the chat, in case I forget. Because I'm actually going to try and see if we can beat our qualifying time. I don't know if the softs are going to be warm enough to beat our qualifying time on the first lap, but it's worth a shot. Thanks for the reminder there. A little bit too soon. Let's go to +2 brake bias. Check our split times out. Intentionally tried to avoid the rotation there, and I think I did quite well. Ooh, these softs are sticky. I did win. You just missed it. You missed nothing, nothing at all. Welcome back, Neville. We had a very interesting race. We started it on softs, and we had some nice overtakes. But the racing mediums, when everyone else was on the soft stints, we fell behind. Okay, this isn't going to be a record breaker lap. Oh, is this going to be a perfect? Yes. Full throttle all the way, and we just reached the outer edge of the track limits. Really shouldn't be so hesitant on the throttle. That really wastes a lot of time. Okay, well, we beat our best lap time anyway. I know I left a lot of time on the table there, so it's a positive indicator that we have gained some pace. Penalty. Cool. Let's go and change to the mediums before we forget. Call me Chaos. So, Neville, Martin, are you also from South Africa? I can't remember. If you guys are from South Africa, where in SA are you from? I used to live in Cape Town. Ah, yes, Martin, you're from England. I do recall that. Thank you for joining us all the way from England. Man, I do enjoy this Yes Marina circuit. It's just, it kind of puts a bad taste in your mouth with how easy it is to get penalties. It would be nice if they were just a little bit more relaxed, you know? It would be really nice. I remember the first race that they did was with the Citroen. It was with the Group 4 car, and everyone was racing in the Citroen. And geez, it was so much fun. Now, you see, one thing I don't understand. I was going to say. Joburg. Bloemfontein. Nice. All the way from Bloemfontein. It must be dark where you guys are now. Winter. But winter's slowly finishing. It's almost spring, huh? Alright. We're on the mediums. Just double checking. Good. We're good to go and do the race. I'm feeling a little bit more positive about this one. I definitely want to finish top 10, at least. I want to try and get 8th or 7th. Then I'll be really happy. If I finish 9th, I'll be somewhat satisfied. But 8th or 7th, I'll be happy. I think especially easy on the penalties. It's very easy to get the penalties. So let's be quite cautious there. But now that we've learned the ins and outs of the track a little bit more practice, I'm feeling more confident about a good race. Yeah, summer's almost done for you, Martin. The late nights or the late sunsets and the good weather, but it's been very hot in the UK, I hear. Extremely hot. I'm guessing all your grass out there is gone yellow. Oh, starting on the corner again. Yeah, I think we did pretty decently considering. Let's see what we can do with this. .6 seconds is the gap to 11th currently. Tires are cold, so I chose second gear there as my safer option. We got a better run out of that corner than Pangri did. Pangri. It's a funny name. Cool, and the slipstream is kind of helping us, not too much. See what those guys do in the chicane. They actually enter very, very wide and they kind of straighten out, whereas I cut it very shallow, so I think I must go deep there. Definitely won't be a hard thing to do to adjust my driving style to that. I had a bit of snow on Monday. That's insane. Did it snow again? Because I saw it snowed the other day, but I didn't know that it was snowing more than once. That's crazy. It must have been such a crazy experience for you guys. Look at that. Driver in 9th has got a 1 second penalty. Whoa! Driver tucked on my inside. That's really unfortunate. I was squaring myself off nicely for a good exit to stay in the slipstream of the driver ahead. 2.5 second penalty. That's crazy. He's probably desperate to get past me. Oh, he bumps me again. What are you doing, dude? Please. I'm just trying to catch up to the guys ahead. I'm just grateful I didn't get damage from that. Don't forget to completely cut the corner at turn 5. Look at how they serve the penalty. They really just try and induce oversteer as best they can. I nearly got that place. Nearly got that place. Gave him a small love tap on the bum there, but he was over braking. But I guess the Audi R8 isn't very quick through those corners. Jeez. Please don't be a penalty. Can we stay with Venari? Work together to catch up to the pack? Goes wide. Oh, Not too bad, actually. First gear was a goodie through there. We were conservative, Martin. We were very conservative. Absolutely not used to the white stuff in Primus. Are we catching up to the rest of the guys? Yeah, there we go. Driver in 8th serves a penalty. Dutch driver. So things are definitely getting a bit more interesting. Ah yeah, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable on this track now. And it definitely shows by the fact that I've been able to keep up with 9th. One-second penalty for the Dutch driver again. I want to be close when he serves that penalty so we can gain the place. Can't afford to lose focus here. Oh, look at that. We're 4/10 off the fastest lap. That was incredibly close to track limits. Second gear was the gear for me there. I just wanted to get on the gas as soon as I could, so I opted in for reliability. Everyone's learned that trick. Get some oversteer on the penalty, and it won't be as harsh. Woo! That was close to track limits, but I knew it was going to be. Venari. That looked very much like a penalty. Unless there was ping lag, that looked like a penalty. Damn, it was only ping lag. We're still keeping up. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Chose second there again, and it seemed to be the right gear. I must just stick to my guns. Martin, I should have trusted you from the beginning. Should have just trusted you, man. Oh, look at this. Look at this, boys and girls. I know he goes very slow here at the apex, so I want to give myself some space. Putting the pressure on. He's giving me space. Why? Why didn't you go defensive? Didn't seem like a wise move. Ah, damn, he's got the inside for the next corner though. That is some good, clean racing. Jeez. I can't believe that side by side. That's incredible. That side by side was amazing. Thank you very much for the good race. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen, we're in 8th place. I'm starting to feel very happy now. Penalty. That slide was too big. Damn. Damn, that's really unfortunate. It was grade A plus racing until that oversteer. We're on +2 brake bias. There was no reason for me to get that big oversteer into that corner. Give ourselves some space again, because he goes slow there. Okay, is he also going to induce some oversteer? Probably. Look at that. You gain so much time by inducing oversteer. You don't even have to do anything massive. Alright, so we'll go into the pits this lap. I think this is the lap to go into the pits. First place. Were they on softs? Or did they change the softs? Looks like they started on softs. Cool, racing softs it is. 8th place so far, ladies and gentlemen. That's not too bad. We climbed a few places. What I'm most stoked about is, you know, the last few races we were just being gapped by guys. Venari, he was kind of opening up a gap on us for a little while, and then we closed it up again, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Martin, you're giving me false hope over here, man. With that win. Alright, what's the gap? 6 seconds to 10th place. Maybe if I was feeling super comfortable on this track, I would say yes, we stand a chance of closing that gap. But right now, no. I think what's important to have a look at here is Venari behind us, 1.4 seconds. Let's keep him out of our slipstream. Because if we don't, we're going to have a tough time. And I need to remind myself that if I get a penalty, that 1 second gap means nothing. .76 is the gap right now, so he's definitely closing in. Keeping it pretty steady at the 0.7 seconds. Oh, Spartan, good to have you back. Great that you ask. I do actually know Jim. I know Jim very well. Went to school together. Look at that. Gapping Venari. Almost beyond that 1 second gap. And then I'll feel a bit more comfortable that he won't be in my slipstream. .3.8. Oof, look at that fastest lap, 152.9. We're at least close to our actual fastest lap. 152.9 is faster than our best lap. Quite a bit faster. A friend of Jim is also a friend of mine. The real Peterman 16. The real J Peterman. Jim's got a friend in me. Ooh, that was a great exit there. I'm not really too worried about the R8 behind me anymore. 0.9 seconds, the gap is staying there pretty consistently. There are certain sections where it catches up to me. Maybe that's just because the R8 is quicker in those sections. But other than that, I'm really not too worried. Oh, he served the penalty, so now we've got a pretty big gap on him. Thank you for that poem there, Martin. Definitely helped me. Oh, look at that. It's going to help carry me through that penalty that I'm about to serve. Jim said I shouldn't be getting penalties, but I forgot to listen to him. Ah, I should always be listening to Jim's advice. I don't know how big the penalty was that Venari served, but if it was a 1 second penalty, then him and I are going to be right next to each other for the next 2 laps. And if I want to keep that 8th place, I really need to give myself a comfortable gap. Ooh, caught the oversteer. I hope that oversteer didn't put my wheel on one of the white lines. Seems like we're safe. No, if I know Jim, I don't get penalties. That's what's not fair. Don't you know Jim? When you know Jim, you've got superpowers. Don't you know that about Jim? Look at this. All right, well, with quite a decent gap. Oh, look at how close that pack is behind us. I'm grateful that we're not a part of that. Although for the sake of racing, I would have loved to be in a part of that, but I'm happy to just have gained a few positions tonight. I think we can do one more race on this track, and then we'll go over to the Group 4 race. What do you guys think about that? I'd be keen to get rid of the stress of trying to avoid penalties. I'm definitely not trying very hard right now, and it's going to show in my lap time. Can't argue with that, the real Peterman. Can't argue with that logic. With 1.5 laps left to go, all we need to do is avoid penalties and we'll take the 8th place. No immediate threats to worry about. The biggest threat to our race is ourselves at this point. Nice rotation there on the throttle. Oh. Please only be a half a second penalty. Don't be a full second. Thank you. That sucks. Like I said, I'm the biggest threat to my race here at this point in time. Do what I should have been doing all along, which is focusing. Please send Jim to talk with the stewards, because these guys are way too strict. How do you guys know Jim? Where did you meet him? Can we keep the inside? Unfortunately not. Damn. We almost kept that 8th place. Everyone knows Jim. I personally call him Jimmy, because, you know, we're familiar like that. Oof. Racing is getting good. I reckon if there was enough time, we'd be able to set a better qualifying time, qualify higher up, race with a few good guys, or at least stick with the pack. It seems like the pack in 7th and above, they keep opening up the gap. So we've got one shot to set a better qualifying lap. We'll do this race one more time, and then we'll move over to Group 4. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to turn my steering wheel off, just so that we don't have the control or the steering wheel bomb out on us during the next race. So let's go and select the softs. I need to remember to change the mediums before the race starts. It's easy to do when you're racing by yourself, but when I'm having fun talking to you about how you guys know Jim, then, you know, I forget to change to the mediums. I don't have wheel fans. I need to get some, possibly. My motor does not really feel warm, but I guess a little bit of warmth makes a big difference with these things. Come on, Fanatec, turn on. Turn on, why don't you? So that we can get racing. I want to set a qualifying time, so my steering wheel needs to turn on. Dancing the dance. Spartan, where are you from? Are you South African? Are you from the UK? America? Somewhere east? There we go. We've got it. Because I'm starting to wonder if you do actually know Jim. I'm starting to doubt. Okay, we've got one lap, that's it. Just one lap to set a better time. Left a lot of time on the table there. Not too bad there. Of course I know Jim. I think you're just trying to play the confidence game here that you know Jim, because you haven't even told me one quality about Jim so far. Are you telling me that my Fanatec steering has an internal fan and I need to switch it on? Surely not. But if this is something that I've been missing the entire time, I would have loved to know if that's true. We beat our best lap time, but just barely. Okay. Change to mediums. Fanatec's new Fantech. Oh my gosh. I can't have a serious race with you guys, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, maybe mine has a fan that turns on automatically, but it seems pretty well sealed, to be honest with you. And if it turns on automatically, well, then there's nothing to be gained because it still bombs out on me. Well, Jim hasn't shared his relaxation techniques with me. All right, we're on the mediums. We're going to start our fourth race on Yes Marina for the week. And we got ninth last time around. Let's aim for 7th. I want to fight with the top pack. So I don't want to get lazy, kind of lose focus, whatever it might be. I want to fight with the big boys. So let's see. Gain a few places. We already learned that it's very easy for the rest of the guys to get penalties. So that means that And we actually didn't get many penalties last race, only at the end when I was kind of, you know, not trying very hard because I had a big gap. It kind of came to bit me in the bum. So, lesson was learned, hopefully. Let's see if the lesson was learned. I didn't listen to Jim's advice. If you're just tuning in now, you really would want to meet Jim. Welcome to the stream, but look forward to meeting Jim. I was full throttle through that corner there. Jeez. Brake bias is in the right place. Let's catch up to the Portuguese driver, Raven. He goes deep. On the gas. Raven just barely ahead of us. 0.6 seconds is the gap currently. Kind of bringing that down. We got a very good exit there. He's close to the driver ahead of him. So he's definitely getting a stronger slipstream than I am. The Spanish driver behind me is kind of out of my slipstream, so we don't have to look back just yet. That wasn't my best chicane ever. But still, race isn't over yet. Not too worried about that. Big penalty was served. A little bit more grip there than I thought. So I kind of hugged the inside of the corner all the way. Raven and 8th place have a penalty, and we gained about 1.5 tenths in Raven on that last sector. Gaining another few tenths. I really want that slipstream. Leaving the door wide open there, sir. Definitely left the door wide open there. I don't know why I didn't go defensive. Oh geez, if you cut the corner that much, it's so much quicker. I've not been doing that all this time. Feels like I've been missing out on 2 or 3 tenths just by cutting the corner like that. Alright, well, we'll keep doing that from now on. Woo! He goes off. Fortunately, we didn't have to take avoiding action and lose lap time. .5 seconds now to the next set of drivers. It's a big gap. Valtteri Bottas has a strong slipstream as well. So all the odds are not in my favor right now. But the race isn't over yet. Hopefully their battle gives us a chance to catch up. .4 seconds. So getting a little bit of a tenth there. Spartan, if you go watch my old videos, you will see that I used to have a mullet. And then I asked one fatal question to my fiance, which was, do you think the mullet has served its time? And she didn't hesitate to say yes. Which meant the mullet had to go, my friend. Oh, cutting that corner. Magnificent. It makes such a big difference. Look at that, boys and girls. 2 tenths gained just there. Pretty stoked about that. Conservative there. Raven fortunately has a 1.5 second penalty, but they are keeping us honest. Look at Manu going for that 6th place. Pretty good overtake. The Audi has the speed on the straights. Now is Valtteri going to serve the penalty with a sneaky slide? Yes, he is. Can I dive? There was almost space, but unfortunately not entirely. Oh, jeez, and now D-Shape is on my tail. I'm not even going to try and defend against him. Where are all these Foss guys coming from? Ruining my great race positions. We've got 7th place in our sights though. Pretty stoked about this. The pace is coming to us, ladies and gentlemen. Really happy. I was pretty unhappy with how slow we were in the first 2 races. Oh, look at this guy. I said I wasn't even going to try and defend, but I did. And I'm kind of happy about that. I at least defended against one of the fastest drivers on Gran Turismo for 1 corner. Look at that. I think his car is faster on a straight line because I got a better exit than him and I still couldn't do anything with that. Look at this. Giving him some space, but got the position now. I can't believe that. Battling one of the fastest drivers on Gran Turismo. And still, boys and girls, look at this. I hope Jim is watching. Oh, penalty. But look at these guys. 2.5, half a second penalty. Oh, 3-second penalty for D-Shape. Had to defend the inside. I want to keep this place. Left a lot of time on the table there by not cutting the corner. Okay, we're pitting now as well. Oh, across the pit line. No! I crossed the pit line. I didn't know where the pit line was. And now look at that. 3-second penalty we're gonna have to suffer. Oh, why? It really pays to learn where the pit line is so that you don't get penalties. And I was just thinking, let me widen my entry a little bit so that I can go through there as quick as possible, trying to find that like 0.5 seconds or whatever it might be. Hate to see it. Hate to see that 3-second penalty. We did so well, man. We did so well. Well, for a decent amount of time, we kept D-Shape behind us. And in case you don't know who D-Shape is, this guy's always top 10. All right, now let's try and minimize the damage of this penalty. Well, I think that's as much as we could have oversteered without losing it entirely. So we did as good as we could, I think. Let's try catch up to Moreno. 1.3 seconds is the gap currently. He makes a mistake. It's good news for us. Really had to counter steer there to avoid the penalty. Rather that than risk it, even if it means we're going a little bit quicker. Spartan, if you spend enough time with me, you will learn that my shoulders definitely are always tense. So clearly I don't know jump if I'm not relaxed enough. Jeez. Sloppy. Alright, 4 laps left. I'm not going to focus on your nonsense about jump, Spartan. You see that rotation? That was excellent. So slow through that corner. Definitely leaving a lot of pace on the table there. Moreno's too quick. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. These guys, Moreno as well, I'm pretty sure, normally top 20. They're too fast, man. Oh, we actually got a better exit out of that corner than Moreno. Who's serving a penalty? Oh, big penalty served by Raven. Thank you, I will take that place. Again, not cutting that corner as much as I should. Kind of feel like now we're slowly getting into the groove of this track, which is a little bit unfortunate because I'm going to change races. Too much oversteer. I think that's about as fast as I could have gone, or at least as close as track limits as I could have gone. Raven still pretty close to us. Bit of a big slide there. I think it's really an art to perfect serving a penalty now as well. Didn't know that that's gonna have to be a skill that I learn in this game, but apparently it is. Especially with the way that those guys swerve when serving a penalty. Raven, keeping me very honest here. I had to go defensive there because I knew I got a very bad exit. Don't go for the dive bomb. Aggressive on the first gear. Very aggressive. I'm going defensive, which is slowing us both down. At least M Pence is very far behind us. He gave me a small love tap there. Really worried that I was going to exceed track limits. Okay, we've got some gap. Let's try to keep it going with some slightly clean air. Bit more rotation there than anyone would like. One penalty and it's over. Whoever gets the penalty on this lap, they lose the race. Evade the slipstream. No more than one move. Ah, he's got a penalty! Look at that. We don't even have to try very hard. I think we would have done pretty decent if we didn't get that 3-second penalty from cutting pit lanes. Overall, that was a pretty good race. Pretty happy with my performance besides the pit lane penalty performance. First out of here on softs works extremely well. You just kind of get yourself some clean air. Don't worry about the rest and you're good to go. If I was in front of the pack, I would definitely start on the softs. Ninth place. Another ninth for us. We'll be back. I think I'm going to have to stream another day this week again to try and see if we can get to above ninth. I think if we set a... look at the drivers here. Moreno, D. Schaaf, Rodriguez, Turismo Z, G. Rossen. Those guys already, it's guaranteed not top 5 for me. So I think all things considered, we did quite well. We did quite well. Oh. Am I gem? Is that the thing that I'm missing? Okay, cool. Job all done. Well, let's go and do a group 4 race. 13 minutes to practice. Let's go and have a look. I'm a little bit hungry. Enter, what car is the car to race? Ooh, the 4C or the Megane. I haven't raced them again in a very long time. I have no idea what it's like, but I do enjoy the 4C quite a lot. And I've got a 4C ready to go. Move the mic away so you don't have to hear me chewing. 3 wins in a row. It's just becoming normal at this point, Martin. Nothing about it really. Yeah, no track limits. It's gonna be great. Let's go and practice. Let me finish my banana. Cheers, Martin. Thanks for sticking around. It was good having you, sir. I enjoyed having you. You were good company. Until next time, thanks for supporting the stream. Adios, amigo. Mediums are the tire of choice. Okay, so turn the volume all the way up again. 2:05. 2:05 is the fastest. Top 400 are below. Top 500 are below 2:07.3. Look at how closely these times are matched. That's what happens when you don't have to fight oversteer. It's very easy to, match it, get very close times between the entire pack. Right, Lake Maggiore reverse. Let's see what we get from this race. I must say, this is one of the most fun tracks for me to race. I haven't spent much time on it, but I really enjoy the flow of these next few corners coming up, especially in a GT3 car, or Group 3, what Gran Turismo calls it. Incredibly satisfying. Oh, it's a little bit slow in a Group 4 car. Nothing super ridiculous about that. Okay. I can see already why the times are very closely matched. The car is slower than most of the corners, so nothing really to be gained by driver skill. Alright, we're settling in. Let's see. I've never been introduced to Holly's dad. I feel like you're making Jim up because he would have told me about Holly's dad by this point in time. Whoa, whoa. Tires are a little bit dirty. Would you believe it? We got a penalty. Okay, third gear is the gear through there. Second gear, definitely doesn't have enough gas in it. Or at the end of your rev range in second gear. The final hairpin, that's definitely a make or break. Alright, so what's our braking point there? Start off the curb. Flat out through here. No surprises. Car's too slow to really have to be strategic about your line there. Oh, that was track limits. Car is very slow. It's a little bit sad. Set ourselves up for a good exit. Huh. Alright, well, I think the suspension is a little bit too hard on the car, so you cut that curb and you bounce a bit much. I'll still try and cut the curb a few more times because maybe there's a good line through there that doesn't bounce the car. Stick in fourth gear through that corner for sure. Straighten out here as much as we can. Cut. Suspension is so hard in this car, it just bounces. I think what we'll do is we'll definitely learn in the race, because there's going to be a lot of places where some of the guys have figured out tricks and so on. Okay, if you find the right turning in point there, you can go full throttle. Such an adjustment compared to the 911R now. Don't need +5 brake bias. Let's move it to +3. Fourth gear through there as well. Alright, so for the next corner, we said third gear is the gear. Maybe shift to second to try and get some rotation. The third gear is the gear there. Can you describe Holly's dad to me? Full throttle through, yeah, surely. Yeah, pretty much. We're calibrating on this track just a little bit. Jeez. You can almost go flat out through that section. Flat out through here. Easy peasy. Brake way too soon. Definitely braked way too soon there. Okay, 207.3. That's what we're aiming for if we want to get top 500. Let's set up our line right over here, because this flowing section, if we get it right, cut the corner. Yes, I'm very happy about that. Trail brake here. Oh, we can definitely go quicker there. Shift it to second for a little bit of rotation, and it shows in the lap time. Okay. Just before where the curb extends out is our braking point, because I went exactly on where the curb extends out and I missed the braking point or the corner just a little bit. Okay, so there's still a lot of lap time on the table. We've got only one more lap to set, or time enough for one more lap. So this lap is going to have to be the lap that counts. That was decent. Also pretty decent. joined in a bit late, but the car's so slow it doesn't matter, I think. With a popping beach house. I'd love to visit this beach house. When do we all get an invitation? Oh geez. A lot of time that we found there, and there's still so much speed left on the table. Okay, just before kind of set ourselves up there for a bad next section. Lost it. Smooth. We don't want to go to the pits. We definitely don't want to go to the pits. Alright. This next lap is not going to count towards our lap time, but it will definitely count as practice. Can I cut this corner? Quite a bit, actually. Gaining quite a lot of time on our best lap there. I'm definitely going to try and cut that corner next time around. How far out can you go there? Too far out. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely not helpful. And the penalty is also fair. We just have to explore the track limits, you know. You never know until you try. Actually brake at the end of the yellow curve there. This flowing section is important, so I'm going to try and make sure that I nail it. That bump there throws you off. Full throttle still. Lost the rear. Where's that bump? I'm really not familiar with that bump. I have no idea where that bump is in the track, so I don't know how to avoid it. That's gonna suck. Did I cut the corner enough? Maybe not enough, so as to avoid the bump. We'll have to figure it out. Let's watch what the other guys are doing in the race. I think that's our best chance of really knowing what the lines are, because it's all guesswork at this point in time, I would say. I mean, we're making educated guesses, pretty decent guesses, but it still is guesswork. Alright, we qualified at the back. We didn't get enough chance to set a good qualifying time. We only did 4 laps. So 2:07s is the lap time to get. Let's see if we can keep up with the pack. I know we can definitely get in the 2:07 marks, for sure, no doubt. We might just have to put in a little bit more practice before we come into the race. Cool. No tire changes necessary here, no pit stops. We got 4 laps, a 2-minute lap, a little over 2 minutes. This is going to be 9-10 minute race. I do like it. I do like the short races, but, or at least the ones where you don't need a pit, but I wish that they were a little bit longer. I especially like the opportunity to, you know, catch a few guys. And if they're nice and long races, then you get that chance quite a lot. But then also, if they're nice and long races and you're somewhere at the back of the pack, then you race by yourself for a very long time. Which really sucks. I obviously have no idea what that's like, but it sucks. Psych. We knew what that was like in the first 2 races. get some hydration going. Make sure we're fully prepared to kick some serious butt. The driver behind me now. The question stands, did they come and try and not set a time so that they can go through the pack? The answer is probably yes. Oh gosh, what are you doing, sir? A little bit confused, it seems. He kind of slowed us both down, unfortunately. So we've got quite a bit of work to do to catch up to even 13th place. Pretty decent. We've at least got some pace, that's for sure. RMR touches the dirt, nearly goes off. And now I'm in his rearview mirror and he definitely knows it. He's definitely going to feel the pressure because of the fact that I'm close and I'm catching up. Jeez, lost major traction there. We need to prioritize the exit on that corner, it seems. Missed the apex by a mile, but we're still on RMR. He hasn't gapped us yet. Unfortunately, I don't think we can learn much from his lines. Driver goes down, bites the dust. Another driver bites the dust. With 3 laps to go, now RMR is actually opening up a gap on us. There goes another driver down. Okay, don't cut that corner too much because even though this car doesn't have much power, you can still get a big oversteer. You can go way faster through that hairpin there. Need to find the point. I'm going to try brake just half a meter or a quarter of a meter later on the next lap. I think I found the point in the corner where the bump is, so I'm at least happy about that, because now I can avoid that and any accidental surprises. Look at that, closing into RMR again. RMR hits the barrier. Come on, 11th place in our sights. Surely. With 2 laps left. We're in his slipstream. 0.86 seconds is close enough. I just don't know how much of a benefit we will have from being this far away still. On the gas a little bit earlier there. Much better. We used way more of the track that time around. But it braked just a little bit later as well, but it's also not really a very accurate representation because my left wheels went on the grass, so they were probably a little bit slippery. Oh, there's the bump. Okay. The bump is in that joint in the track. That's what we need to watch out for. Oof. Look at this, the French driver kind of wasn't focusing behind me. Definitely another person we potentially have to look out for. Okay, we're finding a lot more pace now. Definitely finding a lot more pace. I'm feeling a bit more comfortable. I'm still missing a few apexes, I know, like this one here. Not hitting it every time, but because I knew that, I kind of focused on it and we did decently there. Maybe exited in the wrong gear, because I still lost time to everyone else. That was good, look at that. 1.5 tenths gained on 10th place. We're nice and close now. French driver also still very close to me. Yeah, watch out for this bump in the road. It's that crease. Yeah, we're finding our groove. Look at that. We're catching the British driver like it's nothing now. Ooh. Contact ahead. Is that going to be a place for us? There's going to be some battling going on. Might grab the inside. Inside was grabbed, but he's got the inside for the next corner to give him some space. Alright. Not too bad. Can we do anything here with this? Yes. Around the outside. Oh, it's a race to the finish. Oh my god. Look at that. That was close. That was very close. We almost got 10th place. Visualize the gym. Hey, I think near to the end I was starting to visualize gym because we definitely started gaining quite a lot of pace there. Felt a bit more comfortable. Now, I think we'll get a good amount of practice time, probably. It's a very short race. 8 minutes. Oh, that's actually not that much time. We're not going to get that much time before the next race. We'll get a few laps to try and set a better qualifying time. But it's all part of the learning process. Oh man. They're making us wait so late, so long. I just want to go and qualify. Come on, guys. Finish or quit. I want to qualify. Those 30 seconds, this next 14 seconds is going to feel like an eternity. They're still busy. No ways. They must be just parking somewhere at the back. Cool. Let's go do it. Clean race bonus. Thank you. We just want to go qualify. Come on, come on, come on. Don't have much time. We've only got 3 laps. Won't get the 4th lap. Hello, Brendan. Welcome to the stream. I don't think you've been on the stream before. Welcome. We're about to try and beat our qualifying time, so we can start higher in the race. Now in total we've done, what's it, 8 laps on this track and in this car, which really isn't much practice, but we already started gaining the other drivers a fair amount. Gaining on the other drivers a fair amount. Yeah, so if we don't touch the grass, we can brake a lot later. So the aim is to not touch the grass. Oh, first time with the stream. Welcome, welcome. Awesome to have you, man. Very lucky to have you. We should cut that corner way more than that. Ideally, we don't drift through the corner, but no, nothing too serious there. Okay, 130.9. Let's see what our splits are. 29.95 for the third. Went deep there. Want to cut that slow corner as much as we can. Yeah, a decent exit. Nice, our second lap is already going to have a better start. 37.25 was the final sector. A bit slow, I would say. Cut this corner a bit. We didn't get on the gas as soon as we did on the last lap. Kind of dead even now. 208.2, still not a 207, not exactly where I want to be. We're definitely going to gain some time here, braking a little bit later. I want to find at least 5 tenths. Tenths up, or 3.5. Brendan, I'm sure you've met Jim. I'm almost certain. I mean, I know it's your first time at the stream, but I'm sure you've met Jim. Did not expect that oversteer there. We were so far ahead. 0.6 seconds. So 7.8, that's decent, but still, we can go faster. I want to go faster. Pushing like a madman now. Okay, there's our chance gone. Wait, can we do one more lap? Will we have time for one more lap? I don't think so. Jim, help it. Jim, help it indeed. It is not a Labuschagne secret. It's one of those things that are so good that everyone gets to share in it. Definitely not just a Labuschagne secret, Brendan. Just trying to see if cutting that sausage curb gains you a bit of time, but the suspension is so hard on this car, man. You're risking being bounced off the track. It's hot out here. Been sim racing for quite a few hours now. Oh, that was a massive cut. Will we get a penalty from that? I'm curious to know. Now, as the car does get some oversteer, we can use that to our advantage, but it's very hard to induce. Got some there. I can maybe throw the brake bias a little bit more here. I don't know, man. If Brendan doesn't know Jim, then I'm not sure we should be telling him. Because it's not that I don't want to tell him, it's just that I'm a little bit nervous that he's not ready for it. What on earth? There we go. I had no idea what I just clicked on YouTube, but I unclicked it and we're good to go. Alright, where did we qualify? Oh, well... Oh. Nowhere better, but hey, we're right there with RMR 125. What does that mean? Well, I know that we had a lot more pace in the bag, probably about 4/10. So we would have been 8th, at least. I don't know who Whitey Shuggy is, but hello to them. Where are they? Oh, M. Rodriguez is here with us as well. Where is he? Where did he qualify? No, don't say he qualified behind me, because then he's just gonna fly past me. No, I don't know where he is. Line Bus, hello and welcome to the stream. Thank you for the like, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me company, guys. Let's throw the brake bias to +4. See if we can get a bit more rotation. Actually, I'm going to play it safe. If we get a little bit comfortable after lap 2 and we're still not getting enough rotation, then I'll throw it to +4. But the goal is to overtake RMR. A few of these guys, we can definitely fly past them. I know that I've got the pace. It's really just about not making mistakes, because we haven't done much practice on this track. So making mistakes is going to be pretty easy. Oh, we're starting on a corner. Very unfortunate. It really sucks because the gap that they get to gain on you is just massive because we start on a corner. Kind of one of the downsides of Gran Turismo's rolling starts. But we're going to play the cards we've been dealt. You can see the gap is 1.3 seconds as we speak. .16 seconds. One second now, so we're closing in. I just want to close in quickly. Because if we take long to close in, then we only get to overtake him, but I want to try and overtake a few guys. Oh no. I was really trying super hard there to keep up to the guys. And I gave the wall a proper love tap. A proper one. That one's gonna haunt me in my dreams tonight. I kind of want to exit and go and do qualifying. Get a nice 15 minutes to qualify. See if we can do anything with this race. Because we haven't given ourselves enough time to qualify. So, neither for qualifying, neither for practice. So let's go and see if we can get a good time on the board. I reckon we can. We'll throw the brake bias to +4 for now. See if we gain any speed that way. Okay, so we're going to get a good amount of laps out of here. Let's say just under 7, maybe. Which I'm very happy about. Seven's going to give us a good understanding of the track, good chance to put down a qualifying time. Okay, so if I don't cut that curb there, the car doesn't bounce, which feels faster. Definitely feels a bit faster. Carry a lot of speed in that hairpin. It's kind of so cambered, it's hard to calibrate for that. Safa taxi speed. If I was driving like a taxi, then I'd be cutting all these corners. A little bit like that, but a lot more than that. get on the gas way earlier than I did that time around. So third sector, 29.988. 32 on the first sector, 29.1 on the second. Yeah. +4 brake bias is definitely giving me a bit more rotation. Jim cuts corners, but he gets away with it. That's the problem. Ooh, that was decent. I said it's quick if I don't cut that corner, and then I proceeded to cut it because I was still curious. But I guess my answer's there, don't cut it, because then you don't bounce and you don't lose time. So the next kind of S's, you can cut that so much without a penalty, and really if you do leave a lot of time on the table. So I need to try and cut it a bit more than I usually do. How's that? That's a little bit better. Did I gain on myself? Yeah, I did. Decent, about 2/10. I braked myself there. So I definitely had a bad exit on the last run. So we know on a fast lap we can gain a lot of time there. Cut the corner. Alright, this one's for Jim. This next one is for Jim. Let's go. Sorry, Jim. Oh gosh. This one isn't for Jim, I was kidding. The one after this is for Jim. Brendan, I'm just going to go out and say that I have absolutely no idea who Jim is. But somehow deep down I know Jim. I at least feel like I met Jim tonight. Oversteer. Alright. I guess cutting the grass there is a little bit unreliable because you get oversteer from that. Because I cut the grass with my left wheels, so maybe I shouldn't be doing that. It's probably gonna, yeah, that's probably gonna save me quite a few whoopsies in the race. Don't hit the bumps. Exactly the bumps I didn't want to hit. Oh, you lose so much extra speed when you hit them. Right. This This one's for Jim. There we go. On a good lap so far. Ooh, turned in too early. Had to tap off to save ourselves from a spin. We're just teasing ourselves here with this, with not getting the lap time that we want. Our optimum is a 207.6. So we definitely should be there. We're just not putting the lap together. Piecing it together, normally the hard part, but never this hard. There we go, that's nice and quick through there. Where's our braking point? Yeah, beginning of the curb? No, too late. Beginning of the curve is too late. It's kind of hard to choose the braking point in that corner. I'm finding it at least. You guys are such trolls, man. It can never be Jim's fault, I'm sorry to say. I don't know Jim, but I know that it can't be his fault. Left some time on the table there, but nothing huge. 0.76 is still okay. There we go. Perfect through there. I thought I got a pretty good exit there, but somehow still not as good as my best lap. Improved our optimum to a 7.5, but we're still not seeing that in reality. It's becoming quite difficult to piece the lap together. There we go. Decent exit that time around. 207.784. This next one is for Jim again. Ooh, look at that. 2/10 ahead. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. There we go. There we go. That was the limit that I didn't want to explore on this lap. This last lap where I had a chance to try and set my best time. Okay. Let's restart. Because we've only got one shot to set a lap. And we kind of butchered it there. Okay, here we go. Our optimum was a 207.4. Let's see if we can get that. Good corner so far. Yes, pretty decent as well. We kept a handful of thrower in that corner. Here we go. Halfway there. What's our second times? 31. Oh, that's not good. I think we're at 30 in the first sector. 29 is good for the second. Come on. .8, also decent. I think we're on a good run so far. Went deep there. No. No. Why now? I had to tap off there just a little bit. Let's see. Oh, we're close. We're close, but I think that last sector, 37.3, we definitely lost it there. That's very slow for the last sector. Bummer. But I think we'll qualify a little bit better this time around. What did we set? I can't even remember now. 12th. Jeez, man. Why? Again, behind RMR. Again. Yeah, this time I'm having none of it. 12th. Do we start on the corner again? Oh, hopefully not. Let's try our best to... Yeah, we might not start on the corner. I think we were starting in 14th last time around, so we did it a bit better, yeah? But I'm going to have to do a few more qualifying laps if I want to start in the top 10. These kind of races, especially where you've got the guys and the cars aren't really very complicated and there's not much nuance with oversteery cars, etc. The races are very close, so all that matters here is how much time you spend on the track. And if a lot of the guys spend tons of time here, then they're going to be pretty high up, you know. But let's see. Let's see what we can do. This is going to be our final race for the evening. So hopefully I can give you guys a good show. And for Jim, of course. Let's grab that +4 brake bias. So far it's been a pretty good evening hanging out with you all. Pretty damn good evening. Here we go. Kind of hit the limiter in first, which really is so much more consequential than you'd think. Hit the limiter and you lose a tenth or two. Easily. Alright, focus here. Let's catch up to the Brit. The Swiss driver behind me is also someone we have to watch out for. We don't yet know what their pace is. So far they're keeping up. And we can't ignore them just yet. So far so good. There we go. Gapping the Swiss driver, catching up to the Brit. Very slightly. It just sucks. Because we start on the corner, we fall so far behind and we don't get the slipstream. So, we should have qualified better. Contact! Big contact was made. Oh, and RMR is going to have damage now for sure. Surprised they didn't get a penalty for that one. Driver in 8th almost loses it. Getting pushed wide. Damn. Oh, that was perfect. That was a great exit there. Okay. Kind of in RMR's corner, slipstream. Caught up there. Look at that. I think the 4C is definitely quick in that section, or maybe I'm just quick in that section, but we always catch up to RMR in that section. Finally, we're nice and close now. What are Smiley Face and RMR gonna do? I mean, he's not close enough really to battle them, but I think a fair assumption to make would be that RMR isn't the cleanest driver, so I must be cautious. The grass he goes. He's going to have slippery tires now going into the next corner. That car is fast in the straight line. We're starting to get the hang of that corner. We got close there. I was so worried about crashing him off. Come on, come on, come on. Nah, no point in battling him out. We're just going to slow each other down like they're doing with each other there. Oh. Damn it. Can I save it? Can I save it? No. Damn. I think because the slipstream was so strong when I was right behind that guy, even though I hit the apex properly, you just went off into the grass. And I even tapped off. I didn't go full throttle through that corner. Spartan, you're back. Welcome. I hope you only got back after I crashed off, because it was not the performance I was looking for to crash off like that. Ryan 95, gonna have to go defensive with him as well. Car's fast in a straight line. Not much you can do against it. Cutting me off, sir. I mean, I'll give him the opportunity to overtake me again, but he definitely squeezed me off. So, I'm not going to take the blame for that one. You can actually cut that corner pretty decently if you don't go full throttle. Not off bad. I think that Citroen might be the faster car. Really think it might be. Especially on the straights. It's going to be hard to overtake these guys in the corners, so you need a car that's quick on the straights. Okay, I lied. I said this was the last race. This definitely is not the last race. We need redemption. We need redemption, boys and girls. We have to redeem ourselves. Ain't no way I'm ending this night without finishing at least top 10 in this race. Oh, 1.5 second penalty for Ryan. That's gotta hurt. He's going to serve it now. We got that place back, but still not very happy about it. There's not many people in this race with the 4C, so it must be a reason. A pretty good indicator if this isn't the common car. Can we gain the place? He's got the speed on the straight line, so I'll buy Jimmy's book if it gives me faster lap times, for sure. I will buy it. Alright, after those races, we've definitely dropped out of A+. Cool. I think we're going to change cars. Let's go and rent an event specified car, and I'm going to rent the Citroen. I'm going to do this one. I'm tense. I'm tense because we haven't finished top 10. I'm going to change cars now as well. So it's going to be a small adjustment, but I think these cars are so very similar that we'll be alright hopping into a new car. Alright, let's see. See what we got. Tell Jim to cross his fingers and his toes. That will set a good lap. The car feels a little bit more slidey than the 4C. Not as much front end grip through there, so I think the 4C definitely is the quicker car in that section. Let's see, is it going to be tough to nail it? Nail this corner. Tap off slightly. Might have to keep doing that. It's still got a decent amount of grip, not too hard to not too easy to oversteer, because I haven't really done that yet. Maybe under braking I will. See what we get in this corner, yeah. No oversteer, it's pretty steady. So 31.8, 29.4, 29.7, so this will be a high 207 lap time. So a little bit of oversteer in second gear. Need to be a bit cautious on the throttle, but not too cautious. Okay, so high 207, 208, about as expected. Pretty decent for our first lap in this car, I would say. Definitely not as bouncy as the 4C over those bumps. Ooh, look at that. 6/10 ahead already, so we're already on for a 204. This was definitely the right choice to go over to this car. How were the guys getting such good times in the 4C? I don't get it. I don't get it. Nice, we're already on for a way better lap time here. Cheers, Brendan. Sorry I missed your message. Thanks for joining the stream. I was very focused on the setting a lap time. See if we can still piece it together. To a 7.411. Hell yeah, I'm stoked about that. Got one more lap to beat that time. cut the corner that much. Spartan, you're pretty ridiculous, man. The both of you. Do you guys know each other? Or are you just hanging around? You guys have been a decent source of entertainment for me this evening. Especially when the racing has been tough. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty happy about the fact that we chose the right car this time around. The Citroen is the car to have. The Alpha 4C just wasn't doing well in this race. And everyone was just coming straight past. Jim's actually talking to me in the left ear. That's how I set that time. This car is definitely way less affected by the bumps than the 4C is. Why is the 4C suspension so hard that it just gets thrown off so much? It's really quite a bummer because I enjoy that car quite a lot. But for this track, it's really actually not that much fun. It feels a bit slow. It really does. You can actually cut that sausage curb. Look at this. I can cut that curb too. That's crazy. How are these the same group car? I find it very odd that the handling dynamics are so different. This section is going to be hard with this car. Very hard. I'm going to have to tap off a lot of the time in that section. Unfortunately, it is really not that easy to nail. Let's go see where we placed. Top 1000 for sure, but 530th. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. We could do better. Race is starting in 16 seconds. So let's see. Can we start in top 10? And can we finish in the top 10? There we go. Okay, nice to see you again. Have a good race. To the people that I ignored earlier, I apologize. There you go. Hello. Alright, we're starting 9th. Jeez, man. 207.4. It just shows you how close the pack is. And I know, what did we set that 207.4 on our second lap in this car. So it just goes to show that we can definitely be a lot quicker just by spending more time on this race and on this track. And I guess that's the name of the game. These Group 4 races are fun though, especially because the racing is close. There's a decent amount of value in racing against the guys, even though it's in easy cars. Just because you can race a tough car doesn't mean that you're a fast racer overall. But I do wonder, especially with these guys that are, well, these races rather, where a lot of the people are very, very closely matched. How much time are all of these drivers, especially in the top 10, spending putting these laps down? Like, have they spent tens of laps? Somewhere in the single digits? I don't know. Alright, well, on to racing we go. We are starting in 9th place. Let's shoot for top 5. Let's try and shoot for top 5. It's going to be hard, to be honest. And the only part that I'm concerned about isn't that we don't have the pace. It's that that corner, the high-speed blind right-hander. I'm not very comfortable in that corner with this car. I haven't had enough practice with that corner yet, so that's the part that makes me a little bit nervous. bump drafting, contact going on up ahead. Hop onto the inside, gain some positions. There we go. Oh, okay, well, we're already almost in the top 5. All we were there was opportunistic. Someone got crashed off big time behind me. I'm so glad I wasn't a part of that carnage. I'm pretty sure that they were trying to take me out as well. Not that I deserved it, but I'm so happy I wasn't a part of that carnage. Jeez, man. We are right on Shugi's tail. Ooh, he's on the edge of the track there, so he's definitely very familiar with this race. If a driver is getting that close to the limits, they're comfortable. They've made the mistake enough times to know how close and how much throttle they can give before they're in trouble. Knocked the driver in front of him, and then I knocked him. I just had to knock him. He was going quite slow there, and I didn't want the driver behind me to have a chance of overtaking me. Doing this one for Jim. I am. Through the corner there. 5th place is in our sights. We do stand chance of finishing 5th. So I decided to bump draft him there because I didn't want to battle him into those corners and have the driver behind me or behind us get into the mix. It was just, I felt like an inevitable place or 2 loss that was going to happen there for me. Tried to avoid him. I saw he was going to hit the wall. I honestly tried to avoid him, but I tried to find the balance between avoiding him the right amount and still keeping pace. Dave in 4th served a penalty. Now Shugi's going to get a slipstream from him. Okay, we've got the pace on Shugi. We might even have the pace on Dave. Just where's the overtaking opportunity? That's the real question. It's gonna be nope. Makes quite a few mistakes, so I think we can probably rely on that so that we can make the overtake. But if we can get the overtake done quickly, we could even get 4th place. So I want to try and make this happen quick. Inside line. There was a little bit of a bump there, but not because I didn't give him enough space. focus ahead. I don't think I need to worry about him really. This is becoming a three-way battle. I'm gonna go and grab the inside. Okay. And the 4th place is ours. Whitey Shuggy is keeping us honest right now. Damn, don't go for the move, yeah. Don't go for the move, yeah. And then he backed out of it. Come on, dude. At least that really wasn't too consequential. But I'm glad that he didn't try and go for it. I gave him space because I thought he was going to go for it. Because otherwise we were just both going to lose quite a lot of ground. But thankfully he backed out of it. Just should have never gone for it in the first place. He's on my tail and it is the final lap. We got to do this one for Jim. Whew, that was good through the S's there. And it shows. You got a good run there. Jeez. He loses it a bit. Oh, gives us the space. Thanks for the race, good sir. There we go. That was good. That's a good way to end the night. Oh, 20 past 9. I've been racing for so long. Alright, guys. Well, hey, that was the race. Spartan, the real J. Peterman. I don't think you're the real Peterman. At least you are the 16th one, because I am the real Peterman. Thank you very much. Yeah, it wasn't too bad driving. Once you get in the mix of the things, once you feel that that groove, then it's alright. But this car is so much better than the 4C. I definitely chose the wrong car from the start. But the guy who finished in first, he's just got outright pace to finish to finish with that much to finish that far ahead in a 4C. That's crazy. I'm happy that I made Jim proud. It was the motivation of Jim that got me there. But hey guys, thank you very much. Thanks for joining the stream. I will be streaming again for sure. If I'll be streaming this week, I don't know. But I'll be putting up a more fixed stream schedule for those of you guys who stuck around. But until the next time.